Hi there, I'm Sean Wilmot, and today we're taking a look at the all-new Isuzu MU-X. This smart 7-seater is actually based on the rough and tough Isuzu D-Max utility, which is a vehicle that's got some serious reputation when it comes to going off-road. But before we go there, let's just have a look and see what they've done, because the Isuzu lineup goes a long time between drinks. It's been 8 years since this vehicle's been reimagined, and what they've done is absolutely stunning. This looks $1 million away from what it was, and it really does show off that sense of purposefulness, which is perfect for this SUV. That beautiful strength of design is carried around the side of the vehicle with this lovely belt line that's up nice and high to give you that sense of powerful earth climbing ability. And that goes right back to the strength of the muscle arches over the back rear wheels. And up the top here, we've got these wonderfully chiseled lights here. Now the lights on the MU-X right across the board are LED ultra brights, and they look really fantastic, and they do a stunning job at night. But it's the chiseled and slightly smoked look of the back end that really sets it off and does it for me with this particular vehicle. The MU-X does go very nicely from city to country, but as you can imagine, going through the Auckland region, you do have to go through some pretty gnarly country roads to get to the adventure playgrounds. That's okay though, because the MU-X design engineers have actually built the ladder frame chassis so much so that it is extremely pliant on the road, but extremely resilient and tough when you get off it. At the same time, you haven't lost any strength at all when it comes to towing capability or driving through more rugged countryside. The MU-X does appear to look a little bit tippy-toe, a little bit high when it's riding in front of you. But that's good too, because it gives you the weighting clearance that you need when you start getting out into river crossings and things like that. You get a very small amount of body roll on a vehicle that's actually quite highly positioned on the road. And that's another good thing about the MU-X. Under the bonnet, Isuzu's engineers have done a wonderful thing with their trusted and tried 3-litre turbo diesel. They've actually bored it out a little bit, so now it's able to deliver 140 kilowatts of power, which is a slight increase on what it was before, and around about 450 newton meters of torque, which is perfect for moving a big 7-seater SUV and 3,500 kilos of whatever you want to tow behind. Increasing the power and the torque does not necessarily mean a vast increase in fuel consumption. In actual fact, Isuzu's engineers have been very clever, and they've managed to bring down that fuel consumption figure to 8.3 litres per 100 for 220 odd grams per kilometre of CO2. Okay, so I'm a bit of a nervous Nelly when it comes to four-wheel driving, so I'm going to use everything at my disposal that this MU-X has got. That includes the rough terrain mode, it includes four-wheel drive low, and it also includes the electronic diff lock. With all of that locked on board, I should be good to go.
One of the more sophisticated elements of the MU-X is the interior, naturally, and you can see that in the silver stitching on the seats, which are leather and electrically heated. That transfers up to the dash panels, which are nice soft touch surfaces, and there's the burnished highlights which break up the leather as well. We've got a very clear and simple arrangement for buttons and things like that for the four-wheel drive aspect, but the big centerpiece is this 9-inch touchscreen here. Multicolor gives you access to satellite navigation system as well as a very, very clear reversing camera with static and dynamic guidelines. Isuzu's designers have made access to the third row that much easier with this new roll and tumble seat system. Being a 7-seater, of course, this third row actually does fold down flat to give you a massive amount of cargo space if you want it. When these seats are up in road march configuration, that cargo space is still pretty generous, and you've also got this underfloor storage as well. So that was our day out with the mighty MU-X. Smooth as silk in the city, tough as nails on the trail. It's a brilliant 7-seater SUV from Isuzu, and one you should definitely check out.